Hi everybody. Now you have a ballpark idea of whether you can borrow enough money to buy the place. That is, if your landlord is willing to sell the place. But again, before you pitch the idea to your landlord, let's take another digression and spend some time trying to understand how landlords think. The more you understand what it's like to be a landlord, the more likely you'll be able to come to an agreement with your landlord. First, we'll look at the generic landlord, and in the next video, we'll look at the differences between small and large landlords. Every time a lease is coming to an end, landlords tend to ask themselves, should I keep renting the house out for another year, or should I sell it now? What they're really asking themselves is, how much money is this house making me as a rental? How much hassle is it for me? And how much money would I make if I just sold it when the lease was up? Obviously, if the rental house makes a lot of money for the landlord and it isn't much hassle, your landlord is a lot less likely to want to sell it to you or to anyone else. In addition, if rents are increasing and your landlord's profits are increasing, your landlord is less likely to want to sell it to you or to anyone else. Landlords also ask themselves, how much money would I make if I sold it now? And how much money would I make if I sold it next year? When homes are appreciating fast, landlords tend to want to keep riding the wave of appreciation and not sell it. So the more that rents and home prices are rising in general, the less landlords want to sell their rental properties. But when rents and home prices are not increasing as much, like they are now in a lot of places, some landlords will become more willing to sell. Keep in mind, your landlord may of course have personal reasons for wanting to sell now. Maybe your landlord doesn't have time for all the hassles anymore if they're managing it themselves. Maybe your landlord needs money because they lost their job or got sick or something else. Maybe the landlord took a job out of town and doesn't want to manage the rental from afar. Or maybe the landlord just wants to cash out now and put the money into something else. There you go. That's a basic idea of how landlords think. Landlords focus on the money. That's why they became landlords in the first place. To make money. Landlords are always asking themselves, how much money is the place making me each month now? How much money would it make if I sold it now? And how much money would I make if I waited another year and sold it then? But small and large landlords are very different, so let's look at them separately.